In the isolated medieval town of Eldermere, shrouded by thick forests and the whispers of long-forgotten curses, darkness settled like a heavy fog each evening. The townsfolk lived under the shadow of an ancient curse, said to have been wrought by a witch who had been wronged centuries ago. They warned their children never to wander into the woods, for the witch's spirit was rumored to roam there, seeking vengeance. One bitterly cold autumn night, a traveling merchant named Alaric arrived in Eldermere. He was drawn by the promise of riches, but as he entered the town, he felt an unsettling chill in the air. The streets were eerily silent, save for the distant howl of the wind. The villagers cast wary glances his way, their eyes filled with a mix of fear and suspicion. Determined to make a deal, Alaric approached the tavern, where the townsfolk gathered in hushed conversation. Inside, the flickering candles illuminated faces lined with worry. The tavern keeper, a stout man named Garrick, eyed Alaric cautiously. "Stranger, you should leave before nightfall," Garrick warned. "The witch will come. She comes for those who venture too close to the forest." Curiosity piqued, Alaric pressed for details. The townsfolk recounted tales of the witch's wrath, how she had cursed their crops, turned livestock into twisted beasts, and claimed the souls of those who dared to challenge her. They spoke of a dark altar deep within the woods, hidden beneath gnarled roots and thick vines, where sacrifices were made to quell her anger. As night fell, Alaric's greed overpowered his caution. With a lantern in hand, he set off toward the forest, ignoring the townsfolk's warnings. The trees loomed large, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching for him. The air grew colder, and shadows danced at the edge of his vision. Deeper into the woods, he stumbled upon the altar, a crude stone structure overgrown with moss and tangled roots. The air was thick with an unnatural stillness. As he examined the altar, he noticed dried blood and remnants of offerings, a chilling reminder of the townsfolk's desperate attempts to appease the witch. Suddenly, a low, mournful wail echoed through the trees. Alaric's heart raced as he felt a presence behind him. Turning slowly, he saw a figure cloaked in darkness, the outline of a woman with long, flowing hair and eyes that glowed like embers. It was the witch, her face a mask of sorrow and rage. "You seek wealth," she hissed, her voice like rustling leaves. "But you have trespassed where you do not belong." Alaric tried to bargain, offering gold and silver in exchange for his life. The witch laughed, a sound that chilled him to his core. "Your greed has brought you here, and greed will be your undoing." With a wave of her hand, the ground beneath Alaric began to tremble. Roots snaked around his ankles, pulling him toward the altar. He struggled, but the earth was unforgiving. As he was dragged closer, he realized the truth. The altar was not merely a relic. It was a trap, a place of sacrifice where souls were bound to the land. In a final act of desperation, Alaric reached for his dagger, but the witch was faster. With a flick of her wrist, she summoned shadows that enveloped him. His screams echoed through the forest, swallowed by the night. The next morning, Eldermere awoke to find the merchant missing. The villagers resumed their lives, whispering of the brave fool who had dared to challenge the witch. But as the sun set each evening, they would leave offerings at the edge of the forest, a small price to pay for their safety. And in the heart of the woods, the witch smiled, her thirst for vengeance momentarily sated, waiting patiently for the next greedy soul to wander too close.